Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And able to find Allen Lazard. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Allen Lazard, 35 yards. And the Colts march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. They juked him, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game, and these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you've got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mahomes' throw complete to Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Open man has got it. It's complete. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try again with Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Allen Lazard. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Here's Goff. That is taken in by Hurst. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the middle with Eckler. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Colts pick it up, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The defense was ready for the bat to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Now Goff. And his pass incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
To throw is Goff. This complete to Jones. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Touchdown! Austin Eckler, 36 yards. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Jones, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now Mahomes. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your
touchdown, Colts! Jahan Dotson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a first down throw. Gone. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Goff. Hard throw, incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Rolling to his right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. That's into the hands of Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, Goff. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Eckler going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Eckler again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Goff going to keep it himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30, the 40, past the 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Colts.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out now come the Lions. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it...
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Aaron Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half.
Lions 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Goff. Looking deep for Adams. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, here's Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that, being a safety.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Austin Eckler ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are able to claw one back. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alan Lazard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
After the sack on first down, Goff being chased out left.
Oh, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding, offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Purdy now to throw.
Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Now the lock on.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Allen. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Darby going to throw right side here. Complete.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Darby, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, We can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back to the air on second down, Purdy. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49.
Looking to throw on second down. Darby. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw again on second down. Purdy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Throwing here, Purdy. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. That one complete. Elliott. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Purdy sets up to throw again. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. He's at the 30. 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They're going to hurry back to the line now. First down carry by Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
He'll buy some time right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Second down, back to Fournette.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Here's a give to Fournette. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It is just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. Back to throw. Darby. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Colts are going to have a first. A handoff to Fournette. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Darby. He'll find Williams on the slant. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
So here come the Lions now.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Purdy. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. Finding Ertz again. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And Woods has it complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And now here is another interception. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
Intercepted by the Colts. They'll take over.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Ravens and the Lions on Thursday night primetime.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
That's good for the Lions.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Play action. It's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. To throw is Jackson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. that muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Goff now looking to throw. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's a pretty play. They were coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
From the 16, Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Goff now to throw. And this one's incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Goff. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. A gain there of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's Cook again. And a short gain here down to the 22. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Now play number 8 on this drive. And they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Cook now off the read option. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Jackson. They'll find Everett there, complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack block.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Lions offense set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, he'll get this to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And his throw is incomplete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Goff. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7, or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Open man right side is St. Brown.
Jackson's pass complete to St. Brown. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Cook now off the read option. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He finds Bolden. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very very solid gain of 27.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Cook now off the read option. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dalvin Cook, 25 yards to the house, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Goff. His throw incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer. But I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. They'll roll him out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Inside the 10, touchdown. Gerald Everett, 84 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Patterson now for the extra point. It's 21-3.
Is good.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, gone. Dancing to his left. Looking deep for Adams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get
Delay
a delay.
game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this
Delay
is not the
game.
way to start a
Offense.
drive.
I'm trying to understand. I just can't. I'm trying to understand.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do
Still first
is
down.
make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get
Delay
a delay.
game. Offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Play clock down to 0, and this
Delay
is not the
game.
way to start a
Offense.
drive.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get
Delay
a delay.
game. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
From the end zone, gone. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
Pulled in at the 24. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. This second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out right at the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
They'll run with Cook, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get the third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he probably... And in for the Ravens touchdown. Dalvin Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But he turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Patterson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll hand off here to Eckler.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
They have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Cook is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Van Jefferson from 3 yards out. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So out now come the Lions. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
To try again after the sack. Goff crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. That is taken in by Hurst.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goff. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45.
And they'll begin by running the option. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 35 yards.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
16.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is gone. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
All right, who got him now? Come on, baby. Let's go do this thing, baby.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's rock and roll.
2nd and 9. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this one too low.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 2nd down, here's the option. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But you've got to do it in your own backfield. I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a
Delay
delay.
game. Offense.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Still first down.
To throw from his end zone. Purdy. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for the Lions.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Finding Ertz again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. On first down, it's Purdy. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the sixth time he's been sacked in this ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Purdy's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Lions on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Purdy, big fourth down play. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll start with the option. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Tackle made at the 49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 3rd down, Buchanan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
To throw again on second down. Purdy. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Purdy with it on third and long. Steps away to his left. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Buchanan. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Rolling to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And some room to maneuver. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Ravens.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone.